Sorry, I'm gonna start
Yeah.
recording it. What is it? Wednesday, January 20th. So welcome everybody to another live trading session. Pretty much, we're just gonna get into analysis for today. I was gonna actually start. We should start just reviewing some of the stuff we posted on Sunday. Just to show people, we dropped all the analysis on Sunday for the people that didn't know or that just joined for free or new, whatever. On Sundays, we put all of our analysis in the Discord chat, and then throughout the week you guys can follow that, follow up with it, and then today we're going to go through, update all that analysis. If there's any potential trades, we'll give that out to you guys. But this session is completely free. It'll be on YouTube afterwards, and if you have questions at any time throughout, just put in the chat. There's also going to be a little giveaway at the end, so stick around for the end of the session if you want to get in on the giveaway.
But yeah, there's some good setups today. Market's looking good. It's looking really good. There's a crazy setup on EJ.
EJ?
Yeah, it's looking like a crazy short. I'll show you guys in a second.
So,
Hey, what's up, Jed? How's it going, man?
let's see.
The beard is 10 out of 10, Angelo. We have approval from the chat.
Yeah, no, my guys showing love out here. Appreciate that, man.
It's not easy. Not everybody can grow a beard like that. You know, it's a skill.
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to protect the Forex League kingdom, bro. That's it. The protector of the realm. I gotta grow the beard. You know what I mean?
Gotta intimidate a little
That's
bit.
it. Gotta intimidate the little Forex gurus. Let's see. Yeah, guys, drop in the chat any questions that you potentially want to go over, some pairs that you guys want to do. We'll get into it in a second here. Let's see. Where the heck is this? And we'll say at the end, we'll discuss. We're gonna do a little deal. We're gonna announce it today, so stick around for the end of the session. We're gonna do a little discount for you guys that have been trying to get in on Forex League, think it's too expensive, whatever. At the end of the session, I'll talk about little savings for you guys. A little sale, why don't you?
You're new to trading? Oh, I got a private message.
Got this. If you guys have been trying to contact us in the messages, I'll get back. We're trying to get back to everybody as soon as possible. We're basically only answering people in the Discord and the Telegram now. Everyone on Instagram, we're just funneling into the Telegram and the Discord chat. That's where we're gonna be the most active. We've also got all the sign up bots that give you guys all the information on the products. So definitely check those out. What will you do if Nick trimmed your beard while you were asleep?
Wow, these are.
You know what I would do? I would come slap you.
Yeah.
I would slap you.
Come slap.
That's what I would do.
The idea. Inception.
Don't be putting those ideas in Nick's head. I'm glad to hear. Oh shit. We got Brian in the chat.
Glad to see these are all Forex related questions.
Yeah, man. The beard is crazy. People like really comment on it. Negative and positive. Like it's wild. I guess people really fantasize about the beard.
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
What's up, Brian? One of Forex League's own. What made you let it grow?
Well, he didn't. It just grew.
It just grew. I didn't, I woke up one day and it was there. Must be itchy. That's actually the biggest misconception is I'm a seasoned beard veteran. So there's no itch. There's no itch. Guys, the next month I will get the signals. Venice, bro. I mean, God bless you. If I always say this, guys, if you don't know how to trade, if you're a beginner, it's better to go with the trade copier because like some dude hit me up yesterday, has no idea how to enter a trade, like trying to take the signals. It's like the signals are for educational purposes in the sense that they should be helping you to learn how to trade. You know what I mean? Obviously, the goal is for them to make profit as well. But if you don't know how to trade at all, you can't take a signal because you don't know how to manage a trade. Like it's pretty dumb to think that you can just hop in and take random signals and you're just gonna like wake up like the lottery. Woo! Like it's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
it doesn't work like that. There's a lot of other variables rather than
Yeah,
just like,
so
oh, look,
so
you're
let
supposed
yourself
to.
have a better chance and do the trade copier if you don't know how to learn or don't know how to trade, and then get a course, or whatever, learn from YouTube. And then, we have a bunch of shit on YouTube. You guys could learn pretty much for free if you have the initiative. I mean, obviously the premium services is a lot more organized, but the resources are out there. We have people that hit us up in the DMs like, yo, give me a donation. Like, bro, go fuck yourself. Like, we're not we're
Yeah, it's
not
not.
like we're not the government. Like,
Yeah, we're not UNICEF out here. Like, yeah, exactly. But no, Angela's right. There are like just us alone in our community, how much free information we put out. You guys could literally learn to trade like on your own. We actually get other DMs on the opposite of that, donation things. People saying they make money based off just these analyses or these live sessions. So, there are two extremes. If you're applied and you actually have an understanding of trading, you can really make the most of these resources.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just it's a matter of like we're given so much information, guys. Just stop feeling sorry for yourselves and just use it. Like, use all of it. There's so much shit out there. Yeah, you gotta put
Exactly,
the
Brian.
time.
Exactly.
Like
Well
the
said.
goal for Forex League is to give as much free shit as we possibly can to help someone out. And then if you from that make money or want to know more, then you go in all in on the premium services. But there's enough free information there for you guys to be part of the community and to be part of the team for free. We always say that if you're in the free course, you're in the you're still part of Forex League. Like, you're still part of the team. You know what I mean? You don't got to pay to be a part of the team.
Right. I mean, the Discord is half free. Most of the activity comes from a lot of the public channels. So again, yeah, it's just how you guys utilize the resources there. So uh, that's the smartest thing for creating a big community. Yeah, we tried. I mean, listen, like Angela and I both learned from different communities, or like a little bit here and there. So we got a taste of pretty much the industry and like Forex social, like early on, and then we realized it was pretty shitty. No one was really giving everything that you need, bringing all the tools to the table. So that's what we did. We said, screw this shit. Everyone out here sucks. So we're gonna come. We're gonna come make the best course, try to offer the most possible, and just make a beast community. That was the whole motive behind it. Everyone else
Yeah.
just sucks so bad.
You guys are being shoved like harmonic scanners and your first day and people are like, just follow the scanner. Like, y'all need a whole reality check on what's going on out here. Like, certainly indicators are beneficial. You know what I mean? We use moving averages, we use certain indicators, but it's like, don't think that just by dropping a harmonic scanner on your chart that all of a sudden you're now a trader.
Yeah, it's not that easy. No, not at
It's
all.
really dumb. It's, but people don't know better. I mean, you don't know, but you don't know. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
anyone's fault for doing. Everyone in the beginning did things that were dumb. Everyone blew accounts. You know what I mean? Everyone did things that. What's the
Yeah.
idea behind the logo and the name? Oh, this guy wants some serious background.
Oh wow, he wants to.
Maybe.
Okay, well, all right. Well, we'll do the short story of the logo real quick. All right, so essentially, Angela and I spent like a month and a half creating this logo. We reached out to multiple graphic designers. Right, we couldn't come up with a logo for a month, and then pretty much in the afternoon, we were just messing with some editing software. Came up with this logo essentially. Saw some bar patterns. We looked at it. We liked it. We just knew that this was it, and then that was it. We came up with it pretty much in an afternoon after a
Yeah,
month.
no, we spent so much time on the other one, and then I think it was like 2 days before we were about to launch the course, and then Nick put together this one literally in like, one afternoon, like you said. And guys, when you look at the logo, it either works or it doesn't work. That's pretty
Right.
much
You
it.
should know. Yeah, you have a feeling about it too. Like if something's off, you're like, oh, that sucks. Just gotta be honest with yourself. We got lucky. It just happened to work
Yeah,
out.
we've got a new logo coming for FX Seed. I think it's gonna be, people are gonna like it. It came out pretty good. There's still some changes that we got to make to it, but the design is
Okay.
there.
Yeah, yeah, it looks good. It's a nice little design. I think you guys will like it. But yeah, all right, cool. So you want me to start off, or you wanted to get into?
Yeah, you can start off. I'll talk about FX seed at the end, guys. I'll talk about the discount's going to be at the end. The giveaway is going to be at the end. So stick around for the end of the session. If you guys hate trading that much, hop off. Go to the bathroom, come back at the end.
Or just go to YouTube and skip to the end when it's recorded and posted.
Yeah. So yeah, you can get started. I'll let you share this.
But yeah, definitely, Merkan, stick around till FXC, or stick around till the end, and we'll go over FXC and everything that entails. But all right, guys, let's get into some analysis. All right, here's Discord. This is where all the analyses are posted. So this is available for free members, guys. If you aren't in here already, check this out. Free analysis posted every day on top of the Sunday analysis that we always post. Okay. All right, so let's go right over to the chart. First thing we're looking at, DXY, so we always start out on. It's the US dollar index, essentially. So this shows you the strength of the US dollar, which is good to know because, Forex makes up for, or the US dollar makes up for 80% of all Forex trade, and it's considered the reserve currency of the world. So it's important to know what the dollar is doing, because a lot of the other major pairs, USD pairs, will, move, accordingly, depending on how the US dollar moves here. Okay, so first thing we want to do, I'm going to do this with every pair, is we're going to go to the daily time frame. We'll do a bit of top down. So what I'm doing on the daily is just pretty much taking a look at the overall trend, seeing what the overall bias is. Then I'm going to drop to the 4-hour and give you guys 2 trade scenarios. Okay, I'm going to do that for every pair pretty much. So overall, very bearish here. Right, DXY has been bearish for a little while, all the way back since May, right, 2020. This is where that conviction kicked in. We started blowing through support, started getting these huge, dramatic bearish legs, breaking through support levels, testing as resistance, pushing lower towards support, breaking support, moving below. Okay, so very bearish overall. We know that. And just on this time frame alone, for us to go bearish, for us to consider this bullish, we really need to see some higher lows above this monthly. But even then, we really need to get above 92.4, right, to be comfortable, and above this trend line preferably as well. It's 200 EMA also. So a lot has to happen essentially for us to be bullish on DXY on the daily time frame. So at this point, we can drop to the 4-hour, take a look at this price action right here, just below new resistance. Okay, so here's the 4-hour. Let's just square this up a little bit. Okay, so here's that recent break, guys, through that monthly. Huge fallout, right? Nice strong bearish channel. We found our low down here closer to 89 flat, key support. Got a nice reversal here, transitioned through the MAs, got a higher low, and then started forming this bullish channel, right? So we actually did break out of this bearish channel, formed this bullish channel, gave us a higher low, started rallying, got past this 200 EMA, but then found some resistance around 90.8. So we were actually, we had marked these 2 scenarios up on Sunday, expecting this to either push higher, give us a higher low, which we could enter on, or we're expecting some sort of reversal. So from here, it did reverse actually, but now we're stuck within a range, right? So for us to consider short scenarios, or well, a bearish dollar, again, I want to see a break and retest below 90.15. And then for us to say the dollar is bullish, I now have to wait for a break of 90.8. Now, I hope you guys understand why I'm waiting for these break and retests, because let me just mark this real quick, because the dollar here is still technically bullish on this 4-hour, right? So this is a higher low. Until this higher low is broken, it is technically bullish on the 4-hour. And yet it's not quite bearish, so we can't take a short yet, because again, it's still above support. So this is like kind of a limbo area, right? This is a bit of a range. We're waiting for something to happen here. We're waiting for a breakout. Now, some of you would say, some people would say, oh, you could trade the range like this if they're on a regular pair, whatever, for this type of price action formation, you could trade the range. Sure, I never advise that. I always want the conservative entry. So guys, wait for a clear direction to show itself with a higher low or a lower high. Okay, that's how we're going to find direction here on this time frame. Okay, so wait for this, and then we'll better be able to judge where DXY is going. Okay, so that's DXY. Let's move over to AU, daily time frame to start. We're going to do the same thing. Look at the overall trend, and then make some calls based on that. and then work our way down. All right, so overall, very bullish on AU. Okay, recent break of resistance was down here at this monthly, massive transition, moved through, pulled back, gave us a higher low, double bottom, then rallied on a very strong bullish trend, right? Very, very strong trend. It rallied all the way to our weekly, hesitated for a little bit, then finally broke through it. And now we're at a high. Hasn't pulled back yet to test broken structure at 0.76. So maybe we're, maybe we're due. But overall, very bullish. Let's go to the 4-hour and see what trade scenarios we could spot. All right, so pretty much same thing as Sunday, right? This pattern's still kind of forming. The only difference is we do see this trend line breaking right now on a nice bullish variation. So 1, 2, 3 bullish candles. That's a good sign. That's what we want to see, but we're still not quite there yet, right? We really want to see this. So this is a good sign, a little bit of bullish momentum. Now we want to see this pop, pull back, give us a higher low, and then continue on some bullish setups. This, boom. Okay, so that's where we're going. Looking pretty good. So yeah, nice higher low opportunity if it shows. And then we'd be looking to enter on, bullish engulfing, bullish variation like these 3 candles here. Something confirming this higher low, and then we're in. We're targeting higher towards significant resistance levels. All right, so that's the bullish option. For us to consider a comfortable sell on AU here, we need to see a break of at least 0.7675, like this. Pull back, break, lower high. Okay. Now this would be the first step of it, right? This would be the 4-hour transition because these are 4-hour higher lows. You can take a nice little 4-hour play right out of here. But this isn't even the biggest move here, so I'll show you in a second. Okay, so this is step 1 of the transition. This would be a nice little 4-hour break, retest, enter on a lower high, target lower towards our weekly support. And then we're looking for the same thing at this point. So this would be the major break. If we broke 0.76, look for a confirmed lower high below, and then we're targeting much, much lower down towards significant support here, here, and so on. But I just wanted to show you guys both scenarios, what needs to happen for us to see either a bullish or bearish scenario. And this is it right here. So right now we just have this ascending triangle waiting for a pop here. And then we'll make a play depending on, if we see a higher low or lower high. All right, so that's AU. Let's move over to AJ. Daily time frame now. AU and AJ are always pretty similar. AJ does move a little bit more. JPY pairs are a little more volatile, but overall they're pretty damn similar. They're pretty damn similar. So again, yep, here we are on the daily. Overall, very bullish, much like AU. Recently broke this monthly zone here at 765, and then started rallying immediately after. Right, very strong bullish trend. Recently broke 79 flat again right here, which was key resistance. Pushed higher, pulled back, and now is giving us a bit of a higher low, it looks like. So let's go to the 4-hour with the overall sentiment in mind, right? Very bullish on the daily here for AJ. So let's see what we could find on the 4-hour. Okay, here's that recent broken resistance, 79 flat, pushes higher, gives us a double top, pulls back right to 79.6 and our 78.6% fib level. So this is a good sign. This is a great sign. Pulled back. Let me just clean this up for a second. Okay, so push higher, pulled back, gave a structure, gave us a higher low, and then presented some very strong bullish candles, right? Huge bullish engulfing, another very large bullish candle with a little bit of rejection, pulls back, the MAs catch it. Now we got a bullish variation, three bullish candles in a row. So this is a good sign. This thing's looking like it's gonna go bullish. The last step would be a little break of this structure zone right here, and also higher low above 38.2. Let me just mark this. Boom. This would be a great trade if this plays out right here. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So this is great. It's a nice confirmed higher low. Looking for some sort of entry in here. Honestly, if these 3 candles were a little bit larger and closed above this minor level of resistance at 80.25, probably would have taken an entry right off that. Okay, but now we got to wait a little bit, a little more confirmation. But yeah, so like I'm analyzing here on the 4-hour. Personally, I'd be closer to the 1 minute, 30-minute here. I'd be watching this, right? But yeah, AJ's looking long. What needs to happen for us to consider shorts? Well, this right here. First, need to see a break of 79.6, lower high below, just like we covered on AU. Pretty much the exact same thing. Looking for the first transition here, lower high, then a break of 79 with another lower high to confirm a much larger move, right? Much larger transition, much more potential to drop. Okay, and this is what we're targeting. Major levels of support as we see these lower highs start to form. Okay, but until that happens, we're very much bullish, and we'll continue to be bullish until we see some major transitions take place. Okay, so that's AJ. Now we got UJ. EJ's looking interesting. That one's gonna be fun. All right, so UJ overall very bearish, guys. Been bearish for a while. So that's the overall sentiment here on the daily, right? So we recently moved through major support, which was 104.5, which has actually been holding as support since 2016 on a very large descending triangle pattern. So very significant area, 104.5. Recently broke that, started forming some lower highs below, so this is a good sign. But overall, very bearish. So let's go to the 4-hour, see what we could spot here. Okay, very large. It's still a descending channel here technically. Let me put this trend line in just to show you guys. Okay, still very much a descending channel, right? Lower lows, lower highs, just a little bit of chop in some of these areas. Okay, but for now, overall daily's bearish. The 4-hour here is bullish, however, because look, 4-hour lower high, price action moved through it and now gave us some higher lows. Now this is still consolidation. This is like a descending triangle right here. Key support at 103.7, lower highs leading up to that point right here, as you can see. So this becomes very easy to trade, right? This becomes textbook. I mean, again, we're waiting for a break, but overall, we want to see this drop lower, right? So we're very bearish on the higher time frames. So what we need to see to continue with that bearish trend, break of 103.7, lower high below, strong bearish setups to confirm. And then we're short. Let me just adjust this. Okay. And then we're targeting back towards 0%, 100%. So this could be a really nice trade. This makes a lot of sense. This would fill in this area very well, and it would continue this bearish channel. So waiting for the right confirmations here to make this play. This would be a nice little break and retest of this descending triangle. So we'll see it play out. If this is to go bullish, what do we need to see to make a comfortable trade anyway? Honestly, I want to see a higher low above 104.7. I know that's pretty far away, but honestly, that's what needs to happen for me to comfortably take a long because of how bearish this thing has been for so long. Okay, so this is essentially what it would look like. Break and retest of 104.5, higher low above, entering on bullish setups here, okay? Bullish variations right in here. Boom. All right, so that's UJ. Definitely looking short first. Got a lot to prove. For us to change our bias, but until that happens, looking for this to break lower, high, and short. Okay, that's UJ. Let's get into EJ. This one's pretty much an entry like right now. It's actually pretty nuts. Daily time frame to start. Overall, very bullish, guys. Very bullish. The major transition was right here at this weekly. We moved through 120.25, gave us a higher low, and then continued to rally. All the way into our monthly resistance at 126.5, gave us a triple top, then printed a large bearish channel, broke out of it, continued to rally back into our monthly, followed by a ton of consolidation, a couple false breakouts, and then a large reversal. So I pulled back. Still overall very bullish. We're kind of in some territory for a higher low to form. We're also testing broken structure here, or looking like we're going to test broken structure here at 124.75. So let's go to the 4-hour, get a better look at what current price action is doing. So the overall sentiment on the higher time frame is very bullish, but here we could see that this is very bearish, right? We had a ton of consolidation. These are technically higher lows that were broken when price action moved through this level of support at 126, pushed lower, gave us a low, and then pulled back. So now we're testing structure, right? So how structure forms or how price action forms here is very vital in where we're gonna, you know, kind of forecast EJ. So, and where this is going. So if we get a lower high here, we're looking to short down towards 124.75. If this fails to reverse and we get a whole bunch of wicks and it breaks back into this range, then we got to pretty much start the analysis over again. We're back within the range, and then we're waiting for a break, higher low or lower high again at that point. But for right now, based on the 4-hour, based on what we can see, based on technical analysis, we're looking for a short here, guys. I mean, this thing, it's given us some nice bearish volume here. Honestly, at this point, you go to the 1-hour. Let's just mark this. I'll analyze this one for you guys as kind of a bonus. Okay, so let's clean this up. Boom, boom. All right, so structure on this time frame was here. This was a higher low. This was broken. 125.9. Okay, so price action can do this on this time frame, and I'd be cool with it. I'd be cool if price action did this, and I'd actually take a short. I'll take an entry on this right here.
Take the short.
I'm doing it. Let them know, guys.
What, EJ?
Placing the trade. No, not yet. Not yet. But yeah, no, this is damn close. Okay, so ideally, we had the bearish, we had the reversal here, right? So we had a nice little bit of consolidation, nice strong reversal through the MAs, nice new low. So this clearly pushed much lower than this previous low, right? That's a clear break. So now just want to see the pullback, boop, and then the continuation lower. Okay, let me see if there's a, look at the right damn fib on this. That is not a fib, guys. That was not a fib. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, here we are. Look at this. No coincidence, guys. Right at 38.2. Looking pretty good. Actually, I'm going to draw it to the top here. There we go. Even better. All right, so back to the 1-hour. 38.2. There's a reversal. So this makes a lot of sense, guys. This is a great area of influence. Honestly, pull back to structure plus a bearish engulfing of a bullish candle. Enter on it. Enter on it. Target lower. This is what the trade would look like. Here we go, boys. Let's check it out. There you go. 2-to-1. I mean, you could even be less than that. It just happened to be 2-to-1. That's a really good, it's a really good trade. Let's call it 100 pips. Let's call it 100. And let's see what the stop loss could be. Comfortably, I'd say it's 45. So 2.22 risk to reward, guys. That's good enough for me, honestly. I would take that any day of the week. So waiting for this structure, a little bit of structure to hit, lower time frame stuff, lower high, bearish setup, then we're short. Looking to get 100 pips on this one, guys, on EJ. And it looks like it's going to do it. It's going to go for it. Go for the win.
Yeah, that's a good level that it's at.
Right? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Bet it all. A lot up,
Bet
guys.
it all. Yeah, don't, guys, if you're going to take the trade, take 1% risk, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
If you guys don't know how to calculate your risk, calculate your stop loss, I'm going to drop in the chat. It's just a lot size calculator that you guys should use. Every single trade that you take, guys, you got to be consistent with your risk. So whether you want to commit to doing 3% per trade, 1% per trade, whatever, you know what I mean? You got to be consistent with your risk management. It's the only way to actually be profitable as a trader. You know, you got to have you got to have a lot size calculator. That's got to be part of your plan. So in the chat, I dropped the link to the lot size calculator. I'll pull up when I share my screen how to actually use it. But yeah, you can. Were you finishing up with gold?
Yeah, finish up with gold. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say something about the lot size calculator. Oh, I was gonna say that's one of the funniest things is in Forex, one of the few variables you actually have control of is risk. And yet so many people don't have an understanding of it or don't understand how important it is to be consistent, to have it very, very consistent as to what you're risking. Because again, one trade that's over leveraged could screw up months of profits. So it's really important to stay consistent. You know, you actually have control of your risk. So you guys should be, you know, using it to your advantage at least. All right, so let's wrap it up with gold. I'm going to pass it off to Angelo for some other pairs. Overall, gold here has been very bullish for a while. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit here on the daily. Been very bullish since, you know, May 2019, even beyond that, but very bullish for a while on the weekly, monthly. And I'm bringing that to your attention because the daily is bearish, right? So I just want to show you guys this, how bullish this trend is, right? And how bullish we have been on gold for a while. But we have, you know, but recently on the daily, you know, since August, we've been bearish, right? So we had a huge rally that was established. We saw price action shoot all the way up to about 2070, right? Huge mark for gold, and then started pulling back immediately from there, right? As expected. I mean, this was all speculation. There was a lot of shit going on this time. This was, you know, all COVID related stuff. But either way, it shot to a high, started consolidating, right? Gave us a big ass ascending triangle pattern, broke support. That's when we started seeing the daily bearish trend, right? Started getting some lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, etc. So daily trend very bearish, okay, and even more so over here. More volume stepping in, just, you know, rejecting off major resistance in 1930, just showing us it's still very much bearish on the daily. So let's go to the 4 hour now, get a closer look as to what's going on here and see what trade scenarios we can mark up. Okay, so we do know that key support is right here at 1800, right? Very key area. We just actually saw a wick from that area recently, but we haven't quite closed there yet. So this area is still in play. This essentially is just consolidation right now. We're just hanging out below 1875. You know, the sellers are kind of holding this thing down right now. So, you know, we really, our best option right here is to look for a short opportunity, right? But, you know, according to our rules. So what that means is a pullback to 38.2. You know, more confluence, the better. The 200 EMA is there, structure's there, structure levels there, key resistance. So definitely a key level. So we really want to see it pull back, reject, give us some sort of bearish setup, something that's going to give us confidence and tell us that, hey, this 4 hour trend is going to continue still. It's going to keep pushing down. We need to see that right here, right? Something needs to tell us that right in this area. We then enter short and then target 1800 again. Okay, so that's the short scenario for now. Definitely looking like this is going to play out, but we'll see. For us to consider bullish or long scenarios again, we need to see a break of 1875, right? The good thing about this on gold, guys, is that it is very clear cut, right? We're very close to a key level. So how price action reacts here will kind of determine what we look for on gold. Okay, so ideally higher low, target higher. Again, we need some conviction. So something that, where's this thing? There it is. So something that tells us, hey, this thing's going long. Plenty of confirmation right in here. That would be your entry. Okay, so that's gold, guys. Looking pretty good for now. But quick recap for me: covered DXY, AU, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold. All right, just a reminder for you guys to review if you ever want to check it out. You know, well, obviously this is recorded, so you can go whatever, check it out there. But also, if you want to see, you know, a live updating chart, come over to analysis, guys. And these are all, you know, these are all updating. They're not just good for Sunday. These are actually good all week. I know some people, you know this, some people don't, but you can play these forward. So at any point during the week, you can open this up and see where we're at, see how accurate our analysis was, you know, and then just play it forward. And it'll show you. In an hour, I can do this. It'll show me, you know, another candle, or 4 hours, give me another candle. So yeah, utilize that, guys. It's always here. These are good resources. Come in, check them out, see what's going on. All right, but that's all I got for you guys for this week. So let me pass it off to Angelo.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'll share my screen now, guys. If let's see, I'm gonna pull up first this little lot size calculator so you guys kind of understand what I mean by what this thing is. Let's see if I can get this thing pulled up. All right, so every single trade you guys get in, you should be using a lot size calculator, or you should just be calculating it by yourself. Using a lot size calculator is going to be more beneficial for you guys because it actually takes into account the specific pair and the price. So for example, if you guys had a, say, $5,000 account, we always tell everyone to risk around 1% per trade. And then say you're trading, for example, Nick just went over AU. It pulls in the exact price that the pair is at. Say you want to short this, and then your stop loss is about 30 pips away. You'd plug that in, you'd put calculate position, and then it would just tell you what position size to use. A lot of people are missing that you need to use this. They don't know. People just say use 0.10s per 1,000, like use 1.0, 0.2, like it
No,
literally doesn't make any sense to do that. You guys are putting your whole account at risk by doing that.
you
So what this does is it predetermines what your loss for the trade will be. So 1% of $5,000 is what, $50, right about. Um, so if you lose the trade, you already know you're going to lose the $50. If you win the trade, if you have a good risk reward or you at least hit 1-to-1, whatever, you know what I mean? You're going to put yourself on a path where you're actually going to be profitable in the sense that your winners are going to outweigh your losers. If you're just risking 0.10s on every trade and making different pips on every trade and have no like structure around that, you guys will never be profitable. I see a lot of people out there talking about the pips and how many pips, whatever. It doesn't matter the pips, guys. You got to worry about the percentage gains on your account. That's where everything is at. So just wanted to go over that really quickly. Again, like Nick said, you can go into the Discord chat and check all the analysis back on Sunday. I'm going to drop a video probably today, just recapping the analysis, how things played out from the beginning of the week. And yeah, so look for that video later today when I drop it. For now, let's just focus on, where things currently are. We're going to start with GU. This thing is in a crazy spot right now, to say the least. Let's bump up to the weekly time frame, all the way up even to the monthly. So monthly time frame, we had been rejecting this resistance level for quite some time, and then price last month popped up above this level right here. So this thing broke pretty bullish. Moving averages are bullish. Down to the weekly, same thing. We were holding this resistance level 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Even here had this pullback. Then this thing just shot up. Broke the resistance. So this thing turned bullish on this time frame. Now I went back and I pulled this resistance level on the weekly time frame. This is what we're currently struggling to move past at the moment. As you can see on every time frame, the daily, we're bullish, in the sense that we've got this ascending channel right here. So this thing is bullish as hell. It's been moving higher and higher. And then what we want to do, guys, part of our trading plan that we give to the, inside of the course is you want to find a time frame where you can see structure clearly. You want to see structure. You want to see a trending market. So in here, this is clearly trending, but I could break this down even further down to this 4-hour time frame. On this time frame, where price currently is where I can see things, the most clearly. I've marked down, this is my higher low point. So by this, I mean we moved, retested this high, made this higher low, pushed to this new high, pulled back, made this higher low, pushed to retest this high, pulled back, made this higher low. So I can even adjust this now to this level. So what this is telling me, guys, is if we break support here, then this thing becomes bearish. Then we turn into a bearish trend on this 4-hour time frame. The market's going to start to turn over. On the daily time frame, that would mean we break below these moving averages right here, which have been holding, for the most part. So this is a significant level. We would also use our fibs to mark these levels down. If you go back in like the last 2 live sessions, I run through and show how we mark down market structure using the fibs, and also using this path tool right here, a very beginners type exercise if you guys are struggling with just understanding how to mark down structure on your chart. So go back, check that one out if you guys, still don't understand structure that well. But keeping in mind that we're bullish on pretty much every time frame, the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, every time frame is bullish right now, guys. So it would be wise for us essentially to be taking buys. We're at the high point right now, so we're retesting this high. In order for me to take another buy position, we specifically need to move past this high. So on this 4-hour time frame, I would need to see price move higher, clear this level, and by that I mean we need a break. See how previously price came to this level, rejected it, price came to this level, rejected it, came to this level, all these wicks. We're doing the same thing right now. We're doing the same exact thing. We're coming to this level, we're rejecting the fuck out of it. If I wanted to take a short on this, I would be very patient. I'd be waiting for at least lower time frame levels to break structure. But at the moment, if I were to take a long, I would simply wait for 4-hour closure above this level. So we would need another few candles to actually take a position on GU right now. If I bump down to the 30-minute, there's nothing to me that would indicate to short. In my opinion, this would be a more high risk trade. If I were to just short it right now based on this rejecting this level, similar to this, if I were to just short it, I would have to put my stops above here, about 60 pips away, and then it's like my targets would be down here. The risk reward for me wouldn't be that great. It doesn't fit my trading plan that well. So we're looking to long if we break above here. Ideally, guys, we want to long on higher lows. So as you can see here, we pulled down. If this were to be fibbed, this would have been like a 78.6, right around 618, 78.6. We found support, pushed higher. Once we found support here, then we would have started to look for buy opportunities. In my opinion, according to my plan, once this crossed. Once this crossed, I would have looked in the lower time frame, tried to get on a buy opportunity right here. As you can see, this closed, then this thing pulled back. On the 30-minute, this probably would have been some sort of entry, some sort of signal in here. We go down to the 30-minute. So once this confirmed that we started to break on the 30-minute, we broke this resistance, found support, pushed higher, broke this resistance, found support, pushed higher. The buy opportunity would have been right in here, moving averages crossed, 200 crossed, everything like that. So we're trying to enter on that high or low, guys. We're not trying to enter at a high. I'm not trying to take a buy right now and be like, oh, it's going to break this level. No, wait for confirmation above this level before taking any sort of buy opportunity. So that's GU. I just want to go back to DXY real quick, line this one up. I know Nick did a little analysis on it, but I just want to, going into this week, we had this large bullish candle, so obviously a lot of buyers stepped into the market. We're currently retesting this moving average. Again, this is the only indicator we use, the moving averages. I just feel like moving averages make the most sense. It's just a summation of price over the last, this one would be the last 8 days. This one's the last 18 days. And then it's over the last 200 days. So they're just really resistance levels on here. If you want our moving averages, you could just come here on the left, the EMA 8, 18 MA, and then 200 EMA. So you can, come on there, get those. I know a lot of people ask about the moving averages. So anyway, let's just bump down now to the daily. Daily time frame, is overall bearish. Overall very bearish. We're in this pullback now. So this thing started to, moving averages crossed. We're now in a pullback. There's certainly some like a minor level of resistance right here. Based on how we draw support and resistance, it's always based on a level that has support and resistance. Obviously resistance, support right there. So we're testing a level right now. In my opinion, this thing's going to head higher. We had this evening star that failed to actually close. Let's actually just line it up. So an evening star needs to close at least 50% of the previous candle in order to be a bearish signal, guys. So we're going to come on here. We've got 23 pips to the upside and then 30 pips to the downside. So this thing failed to actually close as a bearish signal. So I do expect this thing to push a bit higher right there. You can see the wick as well, rejecting the moving average. So coming down to the 4-hour, this is where the market is currently trending. We had a break of resistance right here, pushed to this new high, pulled back to this first higher low. So I had my fibs early in the week. We came to the DXY analysis. This is how I had it marked up. Was expecting this thing to push a bit higher. So this thing found support here, pushed higher. Now we could refib this to, I'm actually going to bring this back on. So I'm going to refib. And one lesson here, guys, is see how we pull back. We hit about the 61.8 level, the 50% level. This is a higher low. Then we push up, pull back to the 38.2 level. This becomes our most recent higher low. So I'm going to mark this down right there. And then once it breaks 0%, that's when we're going to start to move our fib. So I'm going to fib from this most previous higher low to this new higher high right here. And now we're looking to get in on, or not get in on, but DXY, we're looking to see where it can go. And look at this. We had huge bullish engulfing, at the 88.6 level. Multiple confirmations here in the sense that this is a demand zone down here that it was retesting that we can drag across. And then we also obviously had the bullish engulfing 88.6. So 3 confirmations there. So this is telling me that the market's finding support here. If we bump down to the lower time frame, it's breaking resistance or at least testing major resistance right now. And all these things kind of we go over more in depth inside of the course. When to bump down time frames, when this is validated as a signal to look for a long and everything. But I do anticipate this thing to push a bit higher. So with that in mind, GU, if USD gains strength, DXY, GU is going to push down. It's going to line up with all these different pairs. So let's kind of look for setups based on that bias in mind that I'm bullish on DXY. So on the weekly with USEF now, as you could see last week, look at this variation here. Reversal candle, spinning top. Well, first bullish engulfing, spinning top that tests our lower support here. And then, hold on 1 second. And then we had last week this huge bullish candle, no wick at the top. So this is telling me that buyers are stepping into the market right now. Down to the daily time frame. Daily time frame overall, yes, is very bearish. We had this push down, but daily time frame overall is very bearish. But we're starting to pull back here. We're starting to break resistance on the lower time frames. We're starting to have a pullback. Look how this candle's closing. Look at the rejection of the moving average. So I'm going to bump down to a lower time frame right now, down to the 4-hour. And I can see on the 4-hour, we went over this on Sunday. On the 4-hour time frame, we broke resistance right here. And now we're starting to form a new trend to the upside. I'm actually going to fib from this low down here to this high right here. And we're starting to consolidate within this little channel right here. And this is actually a continuational pattern. So we could draw this out as a rectangle. Normally rectangles are continuational patterns. They'll normally push the same distance as the pole right here. So this thing pushed higher. We can expect this thing to push a bit higher back into our monthly level all the way up here. So I am going to be looking for buy opportunities on USEF. First thing I'll do, guys, higher time frame. I'm looking for multiple confirmations here. So on the higher time frame, we've got 38.2 is being tested. That's one confirmation here. Obviously, this is a support level in the sense that we double bottomed here, third, support level, and then finally like another support level happening here. And then we look for a variation. So we've got this variation here, obviously. We've also got this bullish engulfing here at the support level. So that's multiple confirmations for me. And then all I'll do is I'll bump down to a lower time frame where I can see a break of structure. I see right here, market broke structure on the 30-minute. So we broke this resistance. And now all I'm going to look for is a pullback. So once this thing pulls back and finds support, I'm going to buy. So we're always trying to enter at higher lows. If I enter up here, guys, my stops have to be all the way down here for me to be comfortable to be in the trade. You could get in this early if you want to, just based on the momentum, but I would wait for a pullback, wait for a retest in this area. I'm going to mark this one up. So I'm going to drop this one. We have in the signals, we also drop analysis during the week, update. We call it premium analysis. So we drop our updated analysis in there during the week. So I'll drop this one in there for the people. And let's go now to, we did GU. Let's bump to NU. Going into this week, this is playing out really well. So we have this head and shoulders. It's a trader's dream over here. All right, so going into the week, NU had this bearish engulfing candle right off of the resistance level, this weekly resistance that I've marked. So that's 2 major confirmations for me. Then we bumped down to the daily. We talked about daily time frame, overall bullish, but we want to break this down. This doesn't tell me much besides this bearish candle. This bearish candle and this cross, obviously sellers are stepping in the market. We just want to fade this, ride this trend, guys. Don't overcomplicate this move. This is clearly pulling back, right now. There's no support until this level down here. So this thing has a chance to push down about 100 pips into this level. So if we come down now to the 4-hour, I spotted this pattern. We have the head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder here. So it's a very clean pattern. When this breaks the neckline, when you normally look for the retest, this thing's inching back. You don't want to get trigger happy here and take buys unless you're that, unless you're that involved in intraday, in trading this intraday. I'm looking for this overall move. So I'm looking for price to simply pull back to a fib level. We got 38.2, which is pulling back to now. And early in the week, we were over here. We were waiting for this pullback. It's finally going down right now. So now we're going to start to look for an entry. So on the 30-minute, I can even come down onto this time frame and I can say price is forming this flag pattern. So price is forming this flag pattern. And guys, a flag pattern is a continuational pattern. So this means it's weak. It's after a large push. So we're in a downtrend. Now this thing is very weak and it's trying to pull back, ultimately to find the level that sellers are going to step in and push this thing much lower. Normally we would wait for an actual break of the lower channel, the lower trend line right there in order to enter on this. I'm going to bump back up to the 4-hour. First thing that we're going to look for, guys, before I try to enter on this is some sort of 4-hour engulfing. 4-hour engulfing, 4-hour lower high. As we can see, this thing just pinned, large wick to the upside. So we're showing rejection here, but we don't need to sit on the 30-minute and go like trigger happy. All we need to do is wait on this time frame. I'm gonna actually watch this one pretty closely because this thing is looking like a really beast trade right here. So I'm gonna push this one up. So I'm gonna wait once this thing engulfs or anything without going to the 30-minute. That tells me on the 30-minute that we're starting to break support. You know what I mean? There's an entry in there. So all we're gonna do is sit on the 4-hour. And some people say, do you watch the charts all day? What do you do? Guys, it's the 4-hour. So I don't need to look at this for another, 2 to 4 hours. Like I want this thing to start to play out. So on the 4-hour time frame, this thing pushes lower, like much lower right away over the next hour or so. This thing just starts to dump. That's completely okay. We could catch the move still. If this thing breaks the trend line, retest, we can get it on it. So there's multiple ways to enter on this trade right now. We just can't be impatient and enter early. Because if I enter right now, this thing could push all the way up into this level up here. And then I'm in drawdown. I'd rather wait for a more clear-cut entry that I can get in on. And that way I can, take advantage of the position. Because we've been following this thing pretty closely. So I think this is going to be a good trade for us. So that's a good one for today. And then EU is the same thing. So I had this one lined up on Sunday, and this thing's like a fucking firecracker right now. So let's bump up to the weekly. Going into the week, we had this bearish candle right here, no wick to the downside. So all this is telling me, guys, is sellers are in control right here. Like going into the week, we had all these wicks, telling me, okay, potentially a good idea to take a sell right now. Let's bump down to the daily. So on the daily time frame, overall, we are bullish, but we're moving averages cross, so we're certainly pulling back. Next level of support was right here. Next level is all the way down here. So this thing has a lot of room to fall. Down to the 4-hour time frame, this trend has clearly shifted from an uptrend to a downtrend. Early in the week, I was waiting for the pullback right to this level, 50% level, 200-day. This is also, if I were to put this on, normally I try to keep the charts as clean as possible, but for you guys, I'll put this on this random line. Obviously this is support right here, now turned into resistance. So that's the level that it hit and retested. This is a great sign. This is telling me that a trade is shaping up right now. So I'm going to go down to a lower time frame. And all we're going to do, guys, is wait for the pullback. We're just going to wait for the pullback. This thing's playing out exactly according to the rules. Wait for the pullback here. When it smashes this level, we can either wait for some solid rejection, or we could even just enter based on coming to this level, large wick. There's a lot of confirmation here. So this is EU. This is going to be EU and NU are going to be the biggest players on my list today. And then UCAD's also shaping up. And UCAD's actually in a different direction right now, which is completely okay. This was going into the week with UCAD, I'm just going to pull up. We went over this on Sunday. We had two scenarios on this one. So let's pull up the analysis that was in the chat. On the week, I'll just read through. On the weekly time frame, we've been showing signs of reversal. We're still overall in a bearish trend. On the 4 hours, where I see market structure, so I have my market structure marked right there, 4-hour time frame. As long as price is below the 12800 level and the 200-day, I will look for short opportunities. So this thing came into this level, rejected it, bearish engulfing, pushed lower. Entry opportunity, if you got in late, would have been right there. So I'm just going to go over. We had the retest of this level. This is also supply zone, so there's many confirmations in here. Then this thing pushed lower. If you missed the original move off of this level, it actually pulled back right here, found resistance. We could have had an entry. First entry could have been here, which is a little ugly. Second entry could have been here, which is also a little ugly. And then the best entry would have been right there. And then, I mean, the most supreme entry would have been this last bearish engulfing candle. Just all bearish variations through the moving average. That's telling me that momentum is bearish. Would have put the stops above this resistance level. And then at this point, we would have been risk-free. This thing would have been up at least 1-to-1. And then now, look how things are forming again. And this goes against our other analysis, but it's completely okay because we could potentially get DXY to be weaker than I am envisioning it. Like if DXY starts to pull back here off of this level, then it would line up with UCAD continuing to push lower. And remember, on these pairs, I'm waiting for this to push higher. So I'm waiting for these to push higher into this level. So UCAD really could be the best position to take a trade in right now. And I would put stops right above here, maybe a bit higher, right above here, protect ourselves a little bit more. And then what would I target? I'd target this first, 1-to-1. If I look left, we've got support there. And then I would target lower to this previous support level, bump up to this time frame. As you can see here, yeah, this thing's looking mad nice right now, honestly. Give me 1 second. There's this. And that's pretty much all the analysis that I have for you guys for today. We're going to do a giveaway. So if you guys stuck around for the entire session, I am going to do a giveaway today. So just write in the chat your Discord name. If you're not in the Discord, I believe Hanzino is in here. Maybe he left. Or no, I think he left. I'll drop in the chat the link to get into the Discord. We're also doing a little giveaway. We're doing a bigger giveaway today, but the details on that is inside of the Discord group. So make sure that you guys are in there. I'm gonna go ahead, drop in the chat the Discord link so you guys can get.
Yeah, Hanzino's here. It's that link that Hanzino just
Oh
dropped.
yeah, Hanzino's here. He put it in there. All right, cool. Thanks, Hanzino. And then yeah, so that's pretty much it for the trading portion of the live session. We've got a little announcement that I'm going to make now. I'm just honestly getting this trade in for myself. 27270. All right. So let's take a look at, let's see. So we're going to do a discount on the lifetime membership. I'm going to announce it in the chat today. We're going to do 40% off. So normally the membership is, let me see this. Normally the membership is $4.99. It's going to be $2.99 for 10 spots only. I'm going to announce it today in all the chats, on the Instagram, everything like that. Everything that's included is right here, guys. Some people ask what's included in this shit. It's right here, lifetime membership, 50 plus course videos, signals, one-on-one training, trading plan, private chat, psychology training, fundamentals, webinars, live sessions. Arguably the most important thing is positive community. Guys, if you're joining a group and they're literally ridiculing you or something, like I know I do it jokingly sometimes, but overall, we try to be as positive as possible because trading is not easy. You know what I mean? It's at times sucks. So we try to, encourage everyone as best as we can. And this is for anyone, beginners, intermediate, advanced level. We have all different types of people join the course. Just because you bought a course in the beginning doesn't mean that you don't need continuous education down the line. We have people that have been trading for 3 years that buy the course and they're like, oh, I found something new that I didn't know before. And, obviously we have our course, we're selling it. If you guys have another community that you like more, join them. Join a community where you guys, vibe with the people who are leading it. That way that you stick around. Part of the thing is trading is lonely. You guys are in your room, whatever. And if you guys have other people to hold you accountable, you're obviously going to be more likely to stick on with it. How often do you do Zoom meetings like this? We do Zoom meetings every Sunday and Wednesday for free. We're going to start to do the webinars for the members again. Last webinar we did for the members was in like December. We're going to do the new year now, so we're going to get started with them again at least once every other week. But yeah, Sundays and Wednesdays are the free sessions. Yeah, and what's going to also be included is you see here on the left, we got our signals and then the trade copier. So the trade copier and the signals, the monthly fees are going to be waived with the lifetime membership. So this is why this is a good deal right now. Obviously, the signal is $75 a month. Trade copier is $25 a month. The performance fee still applies. If you guys don't know what the trade copier is, pretty much it's the signals. There's two variations of it. There's one for 5K accounts and above, and then there's one for 5K accounts and below. The one for 5K accounts and below is pretty much just the signals, and they're copied right onto your account. You don't have to give us your account. Like, you just have your own account. You connect it using our like software, and then the trades just get copied onto your account. So we essentially manage your account for you. And then the one for 5K plus is a little bit of a different style, but it's definitely our most successful one. So there's two variations with that. All of this information, guys, is in Telegram. It's in Telegram. It's in Discord. If you want to learn more about all of the products, literally, I'll show you guys right now. Let me just bring it onto my screen right here. Boom. So if you just go into the Telegram chat, this pinned message at the top has literally everything in here. You've got the free services. So if you guys want to get started for free, just click this one. They're just set up in these bots. If you want to learn more information on the lifetime course, click this one. Also, you could schedule a call with us if you want to, if you want to ask questions or whatever about the lifetime membership. And the signals, you could sign up here. Account management, you could sign up here. And there's more information here. Like, if you have questions, every question is pretty much going to be answered in any of these bots. And then also the FX Seed Challenge. So last week we started to announce we like basically launched our own prop firm. So if you guys know of FTMO, it's very similar to FTMO. Pretty much the only difference is you can trade your own account. So you can sign up, you can trade your own account, very similar to FTMO. A challenge with two phases. You got to pass phase one, pass phase two, then you go live. But if you also want to do copy trading, we're pretty much the only prop firm that I know of that will let you do copy trading. So if you want to sign up for the challenge and connect it to another trader and copy their trades, and we're providing, the trades. If you guys want to connect to our trade copier, you guys can do so. And, you don't have to do anything. You just buy the challenge, connect it to the trade copier, and then, pass the challenge with the trade copier. And then afterwards, you'll sign an agreement with us. It'll be a 50-50 profit split. So any profits that are made on the FX Seed account, the $100,000 account, will be split with us 50-50. If you trade it on your own, it'll be 80-20. So you'll keep 80% of the profits. And, obviously the prop firm is very popular because you get access to a large amount of capital, 100,000. And, this aligns with me and Nick's goals because, like, for the entirety of this whole entire project, we've been telling you guys to risk 1%, risk 2%. Well, the fact of the matter is you can really make no money if you only have $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 with risking 1%. You really can't make enough money to be a full-time trader with risking that amount. So these prop firms, they give you more capital. That way you can follow the rules that you really need to be successful as a trader, risking 1%. And that 1%, is actually $1,000. 2% is $2,000. You know what I mean? So this creates an opportunity where you guys can realistically get paid as traders, as retail traders. So that's why they're becoming obviously very popular. With FXC, there's a YouTube video. If you just come to this bot, there's a video where I explain more. The website's still being launched right now, but you can scale the accounts up from 100,000 to 200,000 to 400,000, all the way to $1 million. I know it sounds pretty ridiculous, but guys, we're not reinventing the wheel here. This is something that other companies already do. We're just putting our own spin on things, and we have our partner that we're working with that we're very lucky to have an agreement with. So yeah, so all the information's in here, guys. It's in the Telegram. So just come to the pinned message at the top. Again, $2.99, 40% off right now. So if you want to get involved, I'll post in the chat after this how to get in. And yeah, if you guys want to get on the giveaway, I see some people put their names in here. Some people stuck around to the end. Make sure you drop your name in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys.
Yeah, that's another session. This one went a little longer today, but that's good. Covered a lot. So yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of the week. Hopefully, you guys got some value out of these analyses. And if you guys need us for anything, reach out to us on Discord, DM us. We're very accessible, so feel free to reach out.
Yeah, even in this chat bot right here, if you guys go into
Oh,
the
wait,
Telegram, I'm not showing it right now, but here, I'll pull it up. If you come into the Telegram, if you guys want to get in contact with us, there's this live support. It's actually us. It's not a bot. You can message us. We'll come back, reply to you as fast as we can. And yeah, guys, so that's it. Like Nick said, the next live session for free will be on Sunday. Um, and it'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So just, stay active in the chats. And as always, thank you guys for all the support.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a
Peace
good
out,
one.
everybody.